Okay, so at the center of the reading is the Four of Wands reversed. So this is a celebration. This is, you know, it can be a wedding. It could be just a bunch of, like, a family reunion. And it could just be, since it's in the reverse, you could still be having these things, but it's just going to be delayed possibly, or you're still going to have it, but it's not going to live up to the expectations that you had hoped. So at the center, like November, and that's perfect for Thanksgiving for people in the U.S. That feeling of getting together with your family and you're so excited, and then you go and, like, Aunt Edna ends up getting drunk and yelling at, your dad, or, something like that. It's just like, ugh, I was so looking forward to everyone getting together, and then, things went awry. So it could have that kind of feeling to it. In the love sector, we have the Nine of Swords, the Magician reversed, and then the Six of Swords. So something in your love life is worrying you, and it's keeping you up, and you don't know what to do. You don't know what decision to make. And we have the Magician reversed, so it's using energies, using your power, or somebody else using their power to manipulate, to get things out of you in an unjust way, or vice versa, or you using your powers in an unjust way and then causing somebody pain. So it could be either one of those kinds of predicaments, but it's that one side is feeling lost and doesn't know what to do in the relationship, and then the other person is continually, like, twisting the sword, for their own benefit. The only way that this will really be resolved is if one of you moves on. And so that could be that you guys break up, and you just have to, cut your losses and go, so that you can finally sleep and see what is really going on. Or you have to shift your own energy, shift how you are going about this relationship, so that it can change the dynamic of this. Now, that is if you're in a relationship. If you are single, it could be that you're just lonely and you feel you're sleeping alone, and you're sad. You're sad about this. You're sad about your predicament. Now, since you're in this state, make sure not to fall prey and be vulnerable to people who are recognizing this energy in you. And so they're promising you all of these wonderful things, but make sure what they're promising is actually real and really true. Take it slow, because I feel like some of the people you may be dating, some of new prospects aren't telling you the truth, and are only telling you things to get you to the place they want you to be in. So in that regard, always make sure that you're going on your journey in the way that you want to, even if you have problems, even if you have sadness and you feel lonely and depressed. Keep on going to the calm waters, even though you still have that feeling of loneliness. This will not solve it. Okay? So then in the family situation, we have the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So here we have you working really hard to keep the peace, it looks like, Aries. It looks like your burden is high, and it's time for you to put it down and rest. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you take care of yourself, you're going to allow space for a new beginning to come in. Okay? So this is really lovely here, the Six of Swords to the Cups. So, a lot of times love has to do with family, has to do with relationships. As soon as you lay that down and you take a different path, your heart will feel anew, and you can fill the cup with what it is that you want. Remember, this is just the beginning. This is just the seed. This is the promise of something better. Now that you have it, now that you know that it truly can exist, you have to go for it. And the Wheel of Fortune is there to say, do it. Go for it. It's time to shift from here to something better. The future is better if you lay down your burden, if you stop pushing at and trying to create something that is not beneficial to you. So with family, if Aunt Edna's drinking too much and causing a ruckus at Thanksgiving, that is not for you to solve. You can't solve that. It's time to lay it down, walk away, and even in some regards, just leave, go get yourself a pizza, and then go watch your favorite movie, which mine is What About Bob? I love that movie, and as soon as you shift that energy within yourself and you say, no, I'm not going to give myself to that negative space, Wheel of Fortune shifts that. Things start to simmer and glitter and sparkle and change into a better situation for you. So here we have work, and we have the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and then the Moon, which I find interesting that we have sevens here. And sevens are a little bit of conflict in what you need and what you want. Sevens, it's recognizing the flaws and the imperfections in your journey. So the Seven of Swords here is, a gentleman looking back on the two swords while carrying five. So this can be traditionally about theft, about somebody taking advantage of, wrongdoings, of manipulation, of lies. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which is, standing strong and fighting for your position, both in the upright position. And then we have the Moon. This is an emotional pull. So in the workspace, you could be having somebody who's going against you and doing it in a manipulative, lying way, trying to take something from you that is not theirs to take, and you having to stand up and fight for your position and fight for what you know is honestly yours. Now, the problem with this here, the issue that I have is the Moon is a very emotional state. It's coming, from the heart. It's the Moon constantly changes. So one minute you could feel really riled up, and the other minute super disappointed and in tears. So make sure that you are standing strong and recognize that the feeling that you have today could shift tomorrow. Yeah, so work looks like it could be just a little dicey this month. It looks like you could be dealing with some battles that you don't deserve, Aries. You really don't. You shouldn't have to stand up for yourself when somebody is doing you wrong. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Of course, there's also the option that you're the person doing your wrongdoing, and that you're lying and you're trying to cheat somebody, and you have to constantly stand your grounds to keep the lie going. I choose not to believe that, Aries. I believe you're better than that, okay? So if that is you, I'm sending you a big hug and then shaking you and saying, stop it, okay? Stop it. It's not worth it, okay? It will just eat at your heart. It'll eat at your soul emotionally. It's not in your benefit. Okay. And then in the financial situation, we have the Eight of Swords, the Sun, and then the Eight of Discs. So there's some issue going on financially that you don't really want to deal with, And the thing is that I feel like it's a really easy fix, but you're just putting it off, and it's like paying your toll fee, or like a parking ticket. That's what I'm getting is, it's something really small, and you're just putting it off, and it's not. Just take care of it. So then you can take off your blindfold. You can take off, this beautiful silk ribbon that you have wrapped around you, and notice that, it's easy to get out of this cage that you have created. Yeah? So just take care of it step by step. If it feels really overwhelming, just take it one moment at a time. Put it like, let's say you have a parking ticket that you have to pay. Get the parking ticket. Go sit in front of your computer. Take a sip of coffee. Go onto the website. Take your debit card. Pay it. You'll be done. Just take it step by step. And if it's more complicated than that, still just take it step by step. It's so much easier to take care of one thing than to think of all the 20 steps that you have to do. Just think of the first step and then tackle the second one, and you'll get through it. Because here we have the sun. The sun is like shining brightly on you financially and sees that you're working, and you're honing your skills. So this is holding you back from all of this joy here. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on that you aren't aware of because you're looking down. So the sun wants to help you financially. If you start taking care of things, then the world will start taking care of you. But it's not saying that it's a free ride, that this is just like you're going to have like an overflow of money just fall on you. You're going to have to work for it. But you're going to have to work at what you love, and you're going to have to work at what you know, and keep honing those skills, and that's when you get it. Okay? So it's being an apprentice in your life, constantly working so that you can get further and further in your journey. If you get nervous, focus on service. Sorry, I'm shaking it. Probably making you a little seasick, wobbling it around. Okay, so what it says is, put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. Okay, that is perfect for Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, turning this Four of Wands back around. That is exactly it. How is it that you go about everything you do, and how is it that you go about it in a way of service? So if you are going at it in that regards, then the Wheel of Fortune will turn on you in a positive direction. The sun will shine for you. Emotionally, the moon will give you the strength to deal with whatever emotion and situation comes on, because the moon is powerful. It changes the tides. Okay? This is not... Never take this lightly. This can be a very big strength, is honoring and acknowledging where your emotions are and how they are going to flow in your life. So if you get nervous, if you feel unsure in any of these situations, if you're not sure how you're going to deal with this partner or your loneliness, look at service. Go out, do a food bank. It's giving time. This is Thanksgiving for America. This is a time when it's getting cold out. So, go to a food bank and feed people. Give clothing to those who are cold and outside. Wheel of Fortune, here we are with family. If you get nervous and you don't know what to do what would be best for you and for the family. And that way the Wheel of Fortune can shine on you. In your work situation, fight for a just cause. If you get nervous, think of how your actions will help yourself and your career in the future. If you get nervous financially, take care of what you need to do so that you can give back.